I'm CK. Tonight we're going to be trying out a USB tester. In a couple of videos over the last month I've said, well, I'd like to do this, but I don't have a USB tester. I finally broke down and bought one from Amazon. There are so many of them out there, ranging from $7 up to as high as you want to go. I picked up a $20 one, and we'll look at it, and we'll also finish up the CK disassembles a power supply at the same time using this new tester. So, hope you enjoy it. So here's the USB tester I got. Again, there are tens to hundreds of them available on YouTube, and on Amazon and eBay, ranging from $3 on up to hundreds if you want a really fully capable one. I settled on this $20 one primarily because it has old USB and USB-C. So we'll see what it looks like. Let's tear the bag open. Let me get my scissors and see what we get in the package. Because this one is supposed to be a USB tester, and it should have a 3-amp load with it, because obviously you want to see what happens when you really load up a power supply to see how capable it is, see if it's doing the right thing. So here we go. USB digital tester, Type-C input. Well, let me get it out of the bag so it's not glaring at you. USB digital tester, USB-C input, USB input, Type-C output, standard USB output, display reset. On the back it says product name digital USB digital tester, product number J7-C. Current range, voltage and current range is 3.6 volts to 32 volts, gosh, and 0 to 5.1 amp. Function, USB current, voltage, capacity, power, it's set tester. Support QC 2.0 compatible, QC3, BC 1.2, Apple voltage range. Warning, do not remove and don't get it wet, and your standard regulatory markings, which are often a lie, but it's good to see it there. And we've got a QC pass tag for it. Good. And it also comes with looks like an adapter to go to micro USB, mini USB. I can never remember all the names of the USB connectors. There's a bunch of other stuff in the bag. A service card if you have a problem with the product. If I have a problem with the product, I will get rid of the product. And there, good. This is what I was looking for. This is a 3-amp load. Current discharge aging load. Oh, that's cute. I'll read it to you once I get it open. This is and again, this is the reason why I got this one instead of one of the less expensive ones, because I wanted the big resistors for load, even though I've got my dummy loads for guitar amplifiers, but this is a little more controllable than that. So let's see what this has to say. Current discharge aging load. Remember, Ohm's law, I equals U divided by R. Yes, we all remember that. Current equals voltage divided by resistance. Really? And then the other formula for resistance. And this is a 4.7 ohm resistor, and this is a 2.2 ohm resistor. And you can turn them each individually on and off. That's a nice little unit. I'm glad that exists. What else do we have in here? We have another USB something to USB something else adapter. Again, I am so confused as to how many USB connectors they are and what they're called. And a nice paper manual. Cool. I'm going to get rid of this bag. Okay, we click the button once to turn it on. Fast 2 click to reset to 0. Fast 3 click, power reset to 0. Fast 4 click is to reset and clear the current group timer. Gosh, fast 5 click is to change the cumulative data storage group number, no X. Long press the button to reset the capacity, power, and time of the current group. The latest screen flip function. When you switch to the screen flip interface, please press and hold the key again to flip the screen. When the interface is black, wrong plus. This is awful complicated. They've packed a lot of stuff in here. I'm actually pretty impressed. This is better than I thought it was going to be. So you can set the overload voltage from 1 volt to 35 volts. Low voltage to low voltage threshold is 3 volts, which is way below what a USB port should put out. Oh, its overcurrent is at 10 amps. 10 amps is to blow up most USB things. Okay. And then just some tips. It's compatible with Apple fast charging technology. And it works as you would expect. But it does interesting things. It monitors charging status, charge your phone safely, and check the data on how it's charging in real time. Plug the tester into any old charger and connect an adjustable current load. Perform current adjustment and test the current and voltage data of the charger. Well, yeah, charge tests can meet the output of 2 devices at the same time. Supports type, and then laptop charge monitor. So this is a really nice little unit. And again, I'm going to, or as always, I'm going to have a link to the product page on Amazon in the description. I'm kind of thinking this is a really good product. Before testing the power bank, this is for, this does discharge voltage and drain on a power bank. So if you have a spare battery, that you bring to keep your phone or iPad or whatever going, it will monitor how fast the power bank discharges, and it has a whole bunch of logic tables here. This is a good unit. They've done a lot of good work with it. It wasn't just something that they threw in a bag and said, oh yeah, figure it out. So let me get set up to turn it on for the first time. So I'm going to try it first with a standard Apple charger, 12-watt charger. And if you don't know, this is rated for an output of up to 5.2 volts at 2.4 amps, which is well within the range of what this thing can do. So let's plug her in and see what it does. Should have blinking lights and stuff. Okay, welcome. Okay, great. Let me see if you can see this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And I'll try and keep that in frame. So, as you can see, it is putting out 5.2 volts, and of course 0 amps because there's no current on it right now. So first thing I'm going to do is plug in my workshop iPad. And the workshop iPad is down right now to 39% battery, so it should take a nice charge. So let's plug this in. And of course I can never get it right the first time. And the iPad has lit up, indicating things are happening. And it's taking a charge. And as you can see, it's coming in at 3.4 amps, and the voltage has just dropped down to 5.14 volts, so it's handling the load. This power supply is handling the load very well. Let me click some buttons here. Okay, we just got a bunch of stuff here. I can't really see what that says. You can probably see it better than I can. Well, I'm not sure that's what we want. Let me do a double click. Oh, triple. Oh, that's the over voltage. That's the under voltage. That's the max current. We've got it set to 8. And now it flicks back to that. So again, this is really nice. I mean, obviously, we know this power supply is a solid power supply because it ships with the iPad, and Apple does pretty good job with their power supplies. They're safe and they're powerful. So that's 2.14 volts at 2.33 amps. Again, very nice. So I'm going to unplug that for the moment, and I'm going to see how this works with the load tester. So it shouldn't show anything. I mean, it's got the little LED lit up. And we're still at 5.2 volts because both resistors are off. Let's take the 2.2 one on. LED lights up. And that's putting out or pulling 2.32 amps. And let's try switching on. I'm going to turn the 2.2 off, and then turn the 4.7 on, and that's on, and that's pulling 1 amp, so that's nice. Let's turn them both on. Oh my, that's interesting. If you can see here, when we're up at 2.6 amps, the power coming out of this adapter has dropped down to 3.8 volts, which is not acceptable. So this power supply obviously can't handle that much current. Let's take that one back off again, and she pops right back up. So at 2.3, she's very happy. At 1.0, very happy. At a higher current rate, it really starts to fall off. It looks like anything above 2.3, and it falls right off. So that's interesting. Now I'm going to pause the camera and swap out to another USB power supply. So this is a power supply from Phillips. It also is rated at 5 volts at 2.5 watts, so it's a little bit higher capacity than the Apple one. So we'll plug that in. Make sure both our loads are off. Unless I gotta hold this way. I don't know if we can get a focus. And there you go. So resting voltage is 4950, which is all okay. Let me go ahead and put some load on this one. Well, that's no good. The light should not go out. I don't think this... I don't think this power supply is doing real well. This power supply can't handle, I mean, this 4.7 is supposed to give me about 1 amp load, and it's not taking it. And the 2 amp reboots the device. That's interesting. I'm going to plug in, one other thing. After I turn the cameras off and unplug this, these 2 resistors get really hot when you put a lot of load through them. So just be aware of that. You can burn yourself on those. I was surprised at how hot they got. So I'm going to take this out for a second and put the iPad charger in there and see what if this Phillips one can even handle that. Oh yeah, it can handle it, but as you can see, it's only 0.47 amps, so it can handle a little load, but it can't handle this higher load. I'm going to see what it'll do. I have a AAA size rechargeable battery set hooked up. We'll see if it can take that. Yeah, that's 0.3 amps, so it's handling that just fine. But it's interesting, it couldn't take a full 1 amp load. I'm surprised at that. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the Powertime charging dock that I disassembled the other day. I haven't finished that video because I was waiting for this tester, and we'll see how well that thing can handle this load. And we've got it set up in the pan of ice. Again, I obviously don't recommend that anyone else plug a bare circuit board in to 110 volt like I'm doing. I'm doing it because I want to, but I don't recommend it. You shouldn't do this. You can hurt yourself. I don't know what other disclaimers to put. So let me plug the dummy load in. Make sure we're all lined up here and focused. Seems to be. And we'll plug this into mains. And again, with this big honking capacitor in here, this power supply takes a couple of seconds to charge up and go online. I have a video on this. One of the reasons why I want to try this is because this is a really good quality, looks like a really good quality product. So, am I plugged in on that side, on that end? Yes. Okay, see again, it takes a long time for that thing to come up to power. Okay, that's a different screen. I like that one too. This has got lots of stuff in it. I like this quite a bit. This is a very good little product. Now, let's see how this power supply can handle the higher current. Take the 1 amp, give it the 1 amp load. 1.7 amps, handling it perfectly fine. Let's take it up to 3 amps. Oh yeah, look at that. 3 amps, and it is still putting out 5.06 volts. That's really good. This power supply, and again, this is appearing in 2 different videos. If you haven't seen the other video, this is a Powertime Apple Watch charging docks with 3 extra smart charging ports. I'll hold it up to that camera. Now after running this, I really recommend this dock. It is very, very capable. I mean, again, 3 amps is a lot of draw for most USB power supplies, and it hasn't, I mean, it's dropped a nominal amount of voltage. That's really neat. And I'm going to turn off the 4.7, so we should come back to 2 amps, and 2 amps is great. I mean, the voltage is so stable. It's incredible. Now at this point, let me put my hand near that. Ow! Ow! Oh yeah! Those resistors are really hot. So be careful with that. If you buy this product and you use this to load, you're going to be burning your fingers if you're not careful with that. This little tester is just aces. I like it quite a bit. It gives you tons of information. It's got all the connectors you could possibly want. It's small and compact, and it comes with the load resistors for testing from 1 amp up to 3 amps, which is great. And it has functions to test your USB power bank batteries and so on. Highly recommended. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.